Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Technomancer with your host, Nighthawk. We are continuing our efforts to improve our power situation, primarily so that we can handle more expansion in our applied energistics system. I've got some plans for this. You can see I did some rearranging. I've got our ME drive here. I've got two of these storage units pre-formatted right now, and going to be running a little low on them right here. If you might be able to hear, I've got a turtle digging here. I need a bunch of redstone in particular for a project that I have in mind. So I've got a turtle digging here. Hopefully he'll dig up a fair bit of redstone for us. But yeah, I did some rearranging. I've got an additional access terminal in the back room area here, so that we can pull stuff out of the applied energistics system really easily for setting up more patterns for the crafting system. So that's, so that's here. And then, in addition to that, just put some of this stuff in there. I rearranged where some of the other stuff were, so I've got a preformatter right here, and then the drive. I also made an I/O port, and what this lets you do is you can put your storage units in here, and it will either transfer all the data off of that particular storage unit, or if you have switch directions and if you have one that's pre-formatted, you can just stick it in one of these slots and it will actually pull everything that matches that particular module out of the main storage and into that module, so that you can rearrange the storage pretty easily. So I also took out all the project tables with the crafting system and everything else. We don't really need them. So first, before we get into what we're going to do here, what I have in mind for some of the expansions that I've got in mind here, I want to be able to be over here up in this great big huge tree and working on the whoa, can't climb a ladder here today, working on the Thaumcraft stuff up here, and be able to pull things out of the inventory that's way over there. Interesting, if I look this way I get 50 frames per second while recording. If I look this way, I get 20 frames a second while recording. Interesting. I guess those big trees really do produce some lag. Anyway, it'd be nice, really helpful to be able to be over here, doing some research, whatever we might be up to. We got our research notes going here. We can't see. Oh, there we can. So we're making progress there, and we need some sort of some random aura. We just open up a terminal and grab what we need, continue on. Now, there's a way we can do that, and that is with wireless. There's this wireless access point and a wireless access terminal, and these let you remotely access your applied energistics storage system. But the problem is, this wireless access point has a range of 16 blocks. Now you can add these wireless boosters to it, and you can put up to 16 of them in it, and get yourself up to 32 blocks of range, but it's more like about 130, right around 130 blocks range from right here over to our system. So we're going to need to put the, and it's also about 16 blocks from here up into the treehouse working area. So we're going to need to put the access point over here, and I'm thinking it can go right under one of these, right under the road right here, maybe. And we might put one over in the house as well, so we can have our storage everywhere. And that'll make it easier to take all the stuff out of the house and put it into storage. So yeah, have it here. We might even pull the cable out to the tree farm later on as well. That will make it easier to transfer all of this stuff into the tree farm, or into the next thing that we're going to do here, and keep that going as well. So now, in order to do that, like I said, it's about 130 blocks, 125 blocks I think was the count that I got, from the tree farm, or not the tree farm, from the Thaumcraft tree over to right here, and we'll be able to plug in pretty close to here, I think. Possibly, we might have to do a little bit of jury rigging to get something where we need it. Might add another, 10 blocks or so. Regardless, we need 4 stacks of redstone just to make 1 stack, or make 2 stacks of the cables. Not to mention, we need a bunch of quartz. I did have both turtles going in one of the Mistcraft worlds, which was getting me some quartz, but I forgot to, when I went to set them up, I forgot to actually put a chunk loader back over there again. So, for the moment, I'm just going to start running him over here. And you can see I'm just running a fairly small pass this for this round, and I'll collect the stuff off the walls. You can see those creepers really want to come up here to play, but yeah, there'll be, it's probably a little bit dark, but you can see there's some shards on the walls there, and we'll collect those and then send the turtle off for another chunk of this. I think I'm also going to be getting the world put up onto a private server for my usage so that I can run turtles and other things full-time and not worry about it. I also added 2 more magma engines here to try and help increase the mainly to increase the amount of power output to try and get things done a little bit quicker. It is definitely making more lava, but I'm burning through it almost as fast as it's being made right now, so that's the main reason why we want to do a little bit more work on some power here. Now, what I have in mind is actually fairly simple. It's not going to be the most efficient that it possibly could be, but I think the Steve's cart system, and especially once we get this hooked up where we don't have to run fiber or anything, or run pipes or something else out there, I think this Steve's carts will keep up with what we need to do for this, and we can just make it bigger if we need to as well. And what I have in mind is I've got a squeezer and I've got a fermenter, and we're going to set these up. Do I have enough glass in here? I do. Let's make... No, give me. Let's make as many of these tanks as we can. That's a good start. We can make 2 for... Well, we'll start with 1 for each of these and go from there. So I've got a bunch of liquiducts. I need to go back upstairs because I forgot to grab the redstone energy conduits like a noob. Got 6 more conduits to work with. I've also got the Mistcraft books in my inventory because I was over there and didn't want to go without having that as a backup. So over here in this corner, we are going to set up a squeezer. And from that squeezer, we're going to go out and into a tank. And from that tank, we'll go... actually, I got to be careful about my distances here because I have to be able to connect power. Let's get the apples going. So we're going to make apples, make apple juice in here. And the apples have a chance of also making mulch. And the mulch we can use in the fermenter with the apple juice and the oak saplings to make biomass, which is what we're going to use to power, to do some more powering of things. What I'm wondering here is, can I make that tank? Can I make this? Give me. If I put this tank here, well, that's not going to do what I want. I guess what I could do, well, no, because then I don't have room. So, what can we do here? I guess we have some room this way that we can work. Let's do this. Let's go like so. And we'll pump into that tank. We'll go out from here into the fermenter. So this will give us some extra storage for our apple juice. And then from here, now I don't have any gates yet, so I can't do this with like AutoCake gates. So those are both powered. But that will be the ultimate plan, is to just do this with, I'll put a wooden pipe between these and just use an AutoCake gate to move the mulch between these two. And then have, I'll have the applied energistics with a output bus, putting saplings in here and putting apples in here. And we'll probably take the wood and supply like a powered furnace or two and turn it into charcoal to keep charcoal supplied. And we may even hook up these engines with charcoal just to add more power, and possibly even make some of the thermal expansion steam engines with a liquid duct, or with a water supply going into them, because we're going to need all the power we can get, really. Let us go and get some sticks so we can turn on the liquid duct. And we're just going to go ahead and do this. And 6 levers should be enough to start. So if we put a lever here, we can see that's filling up with apple juice. We'll put a lever here to pump it into the fermenter. See, that's filling up nicely. Now let's also go and make a wood pipe. Actually, we probably have some wooden pipes in here. We only need one of them. Or liquid ducts. We'll grab that. Okay, so the other thing that we need is a way of powering this liquid duct. Do we have... We have a Stirling engine. That's not ideal, but we might have to... might need to use that for the moment. Let's go check the house and see if we have a redstone engine over here, because I really don't want to keep supplying fuel. Whoa. I really don't want to keep supplying fuel to... Oh, is that glowstone I saw? I got glowstone for days. Yeah, I keep getting distracted here. I don't want to keep supplying fuel to the engine that's keeping our power production going, and I certainly wouldn't want to just stick a larger engine like the biomass engines or anything like that in that place. So we'll have to make a redstone engine here, Engine. Redstone engine. So we need some wood gears. There we go. Give me. Grab 2 of those. Get that out of the way. Grab us a, not the lapis, a piston. A piece of glass. And some planks. There we go. That will do nicely. We need that as well. Okay, so let's set this up. We're going to need this wood pipe here. The engine. And now we need to turn it that way. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Now, can I put that directly on? No, of course not. Let's do this. We'll put a block right there. Turn that engine on. That should take the mulch out and put it into the fermenter. Perfect. Now if we put a stack of saplings in here, it's going to do its thing and make us some biomass. Now we're going to take the biomass to another tank. Oh, nope, that's not what we want. There we go, let's do that. This one we will start at 3 tall just to make sure. Give this some power. And now we have some biomass. Now we also need to make some biofuel engines in order to make use of this. How many apples do we got left? 24. And we're also going to need to get the Steve's cart, the tree farm, going a bit more automated so that it will keep bringing us apples. And we may have to do... We're probably going to have to find somewhere to put all the extra wood, because I suspect that we will be going through the apples and saplings much faster than we'll be going through the wood. Now, I don't know how long... That was, I think, 2.5 stacks of apples. I don't know how long that much apple juice will last in the system. And I'm not sure how long this amount of biofuel will last us, but we're getting, or biomass rather, we're getting a fairly good amount going already though. So this system, now of course this is also pretty heavily powered, so we do have that going for us. Let's take a look at the biogas engine is what we want. We need some bronze gears. Whoa. That's definitely running for you. Oops, in here. And yeah, we're actually absorbing too much power, so we're gonna get, we're definitely gonna have some issues with that. Once this is, yeah, this is out of apples now, so this won't be using power. This will probably take a while to actually run through to where it can't, to the point where it can't work anymore. So, noisy guys. We're definitely going to need more power going though. I do like the idea of getting all of these engines running as well, since we have them sitting here anyway. And the easiest way to do that is going to be with these little output buses, because then we don't have to actually manually keep them fueled. Let's see how our turtle's doing real quick. Wow, look at him go. He is going to town. I'm hoping that he doesn't end up going right through that ender portal. I believe the ender portal is quite a ways the other direction, though. So it should be okay. We're definitely going to need all the stuff. And let's just close this off, just in case somebody decides to try and come through. So yeah, anyway, since this is going pretty quick, that's still moving mulch over. This actually worked quite a bit better than I expected it to be honest. I did not expect to get that much biomass out of it. That's actually enough to keep one biomass engine going for quite some time. And we still have a ton of resources left here. So once we get this thing up and running and get the power situation a little bit better controlled, I think what we're going to want is a redstone energy cell separating this system, separating the power generation from the biomass production, and probably one separating the magma crucible as well. In fact, actually, it's a good thing that these engines have power to spare. We also are going to want this to be an autarchic gate so that, because right now this is about to overflow, so we're going to want to have an autarchic gate that says if there's room in the inventory, it should only look at this, I think. Well, actually, it won't matter too much. Actually, you know what we could do even is we could have each of these more or less independent as far as the piping is concerned, and have an import bus on here that will take the mulch out of it, and then have the export bus over here that puts saplings and mulch in, and that would take care of making sure that they both had the right things. So those are going to be future improvement items, because right now we don't have the resources to do it. And hopefully that would actually work and not put things over here. I'd have to try it. So anyway, that's that part. Let's try to see if we can get into... Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Grab this. Grab that. 10. Grab that. And we got two different kinds of copper ore. We'll take this kind. Stick it in the pulverizer. Now all of the pulverized material is going to end up getting dropped into there as the import bus is available. Hopefully it won't end up dropping it at all. Yeah, that should work fine. Okay, so let's close that back up. Yeah, so that's... Since we're actually running on a little bit of low power right now, just as this is working, I think that's probably going to be about it for tonight. Let's take one more look here. And I guess actually we got this back alive enough so that we can grab things out of it. I guess that means that it's shifting into lower power mode or something. Or I guess probably what happened is a chunk of lava got made that filled up all of those magma engines. So let's get more copper. 1, there we go. 10, copper, copper. That's enough for 2 2 gears. The words, they are a-failing me. Okay, let's do this. Let's put bonk, bonk, bonk. Let's look for some copper. Grab those. Let's go find us some sticks. That's enough. Grab us some cobble, if we can manage to grab it. There we go, that's enough. And we're going to make 2 gears. This is another thing that I want recipes for as soon as we can both get power upgraded sufficiently and get the... Oops. Is that not right? Oh, I need bronze gears. Duh. Let's see. I know what I'm doing here. Really, I do. There we go. Bronze gears. Now, I should be able to take these and just craft on that without any problems. There we go. Whoops, this way. Okay, let's put this engine, and this should add another 5 MJs per tick to our power system here. Let's cut in here. We'll put a lever on the wall. And we're going to change that. No. That is not what I wanted. I seem to be a little bit too far away for this particular pathing. Lost a little bit of biofuel on that, but I guess well, no, because that's an input pipe or input tube. Let's do this. We only have 6 of these right now. Let's just connect it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Is this gonna do anything? I think it's doing something. Okay, so biogas engine is full of biomass. All we need to do now is get it a little bit of lava to heat it up. And that could be a little bit of an issue. We're going to have to actually go... I think we're actually going to have to run down into one of the caves. Oh, good. We have an empty bucket handy. So I'm going to go run and grab some lava, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and I have plugged some lava into our biogas engine. It is now up and running. So it's slowly pulling biofuel or biomass out of this tank and running here. Fermenter is all done for the time being until I get more apples put into it. And I'm really curious to see how long this batch of biomass will last. I'm hoping that it will last for quite a while. Because right now, I'm having issues just keeping lava supplied. And really most of this is because the magma crucible, or the all of these engines were actually powering the squeezer and the fermenter. And really, for this to be effective, we definitely have to have something in the middle here like right where this spot is right here, that limits how much power we are actually supplying into these machines, because letting them run all out, it just drains all of the power from the system completely and doesn't really let us operate very effectively. So right now, I just have the biomass engine, well, actually, all of these engines, these last 4 engines here are turned off to try and let them charge up with some lava, and then I've just got the biomass engine going. I disconnected power to the applied energistic system, and I think one of the other things that I need is a way to adjust how much power is going into that system as well, because right now it absorbs the majority of the power that I'm producing here, which doesn't leave much for the magma crucible. Either that, or I'm going to need to actually get set up with a nether pump station similar to what we have on the Cryptocraft server in order to supply lava. Now, I actually have an idea for that I noticed that might be a little bit less expensive. I'm not sure. I still have to get blaze rods, and I still have to get ender pearls, more ender pearls to do it. But there's this ender tank, which might be a better option for our purposes here. The nice thing about that is we wouldn't have to set up, for our purposes here, we could just set up a energy tesseract, maybe, or we could probably get away with just putting one of these magma engines in the nether, perhaps, with a couple pieces of conduit to give it somewhere to send power all the time, and then have that connected to a pump that will collect our lava. It's a thought. I might have to go that route. I might have to do that soon, because these guys will actually produce plenty of power for us if we, and for the whole system, if they have enough lava. And that magma crucible, one magma crucible is definitely not enough to keep this many engines going on its own. This might be a good thing to keep running as well, and basically it would just fill up its lava storage and stay that way and keep a full set of, or full load of power. Then at least we got 3 buckets of lava on demand if we end up running out. Anyway, that's going to have to do it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you saw the very basic and quick setup to make biomass. And with that Steve's Carts tree farm and a little bit more, we can have this thing completely automated, making as much biomass as we could possibly want. Now, I think we can get enough biomass engines to make use of anything we can produce, so we just need to start making copper and probably some more tin, and we will use this like crazy. Make a whole line of these engines. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!